The following is a podcast meant for adults and discuss things like sexual content and alcohol use. Listener discretion is advised.
It's our anniversary. Our anniversary. It's our anniversary. Our anniversary. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Drunk Texting Podcast, the podcast where we have some drinks, talk some meth, and help you get through your thirsty Thursdays as only we know how to do. If you heard me singing, you heard me correct. It is our anniversary. A year ago, almost to the date, we started this little podcast, and it has been a fun year, a year of laughs, a year of jokes, a year of controversial takes, a year of arguments, argumentatively all over the place, because even though one of her adjectives for the year was agreeable, she has not been any such.
Yes, I have.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
No, I didn't say I was agreeable all the time.
You should have been. But we're not gonna start the episode with an argument. We're gonna start the episode by introducing ourselves. I am one half of your co-hosting team, JB, and I am always so lovingly joined by my co-hostess with the mo-hostess who looks like she's trying to stifle a sneeze right now. Pineapples, pepperoni, cucumbers, watermelon. So what?
It's fine.
You're good now?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay, so, as I was saying, joined by my co-hostess with the mo-hostess, please tell the people who you are, and we will get into our drinks in just a moment.
I am your That's a word right there, bro. Yeah.
You're the what? You're the what? You're the
I am. All these words are not working.
That's tragic.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
That's tragic.
Southern.
The Southern.
Kristal, you shan't.
I don't know how Southern you are, because you from, like, granted, you are objectively from, like, the hood of the South, like.
What you mean the hood of the South?
Macon is the hood of the South. Stop it.
I'm from the North Side.
Macon is objectively the hood Southern equivalent of Atlanta.
Not the North Side.
Yes, it is. Macon is Macon. That's like trying to say Peachtree ain't Atlanta. That's like trying to say Buckhead ain't Atlanta. It's all Atlanta. So North Side is still Macon.
Yes, it's Macon, but North Side is the more proper side.
Bullshit. Look, when there's a shooting in Macon, which it happened every day, they don't say, oh, well, it wasn't the North Side, it was the South Side. No, it was still Macon. Macon is Macon.
It was probably East Side.
Regardless, it's still Macon.
Yeah.
It's still Macon. Doggone it. You're not going to try to draw these lines and be like, I'm from this specific. No, you're from Macon. That is a part. I would rather take my chances in Atlanta before going back to Macon, and I say that with my full chest.
I mean, same.
Oh my goodness gracious. But we're not gonna get into that too much. We're not gonna run down these cities that badly. We're going to talk about our drinks for today. And because I'm still on my Canada vibes, so I've got one of my souvenir cups from Canada for today's episode. As you can see, it's to the brim. I have concocted a drink. It is a drink that will this forth and forever be known as the drunk text. Because after drinking this, you will be sending out multiple drunk texts. Oh my goodness gracious. This drink is a concoction that is derived of gin, tequila, Douce, a pinch of vodka. Well, actually, margarita mix, more specifically. Ginger ale, and a cherry soda of your choosing. I'm not going to put a brand on it because they're not sponsoring us. Whew. It's like the hood cousin equivalent to a Long Island iced tea. Whew. It's strong. Like I said, you drink a cup of this, you're going to be on your ass. You're going to be sending some drunk text. What are you drinking on today, Miss Kristal?
I am drinking on a fine concoction of lemonade and pineapple 1800.
Now, that don't sound like a bad mix at all. I'd like
It's
to try
not.
that.
It's a lovely mix.
I would like to try that. Before we get into our also full episode of today, I just want to take a moment before we get into it. Seriously, I'm not even going to do the like, share, comment, all of that. Before we get into today's episode, I seriously thank you, each and every one of you, to the supporters of this podcast, the ones that have been there with us from the jump, when we were in the studio to having to move to the virtual side of things. Hopefully we can get back into the studio soon, and we'll go from there. We'll be so excited. But thank you seriously to everybody that's been a part. Thank you again to Making Brewing Company, because y'all gave me the gin that went into my drunk text drink. I genuinely, truly hope that we can make a serious connection this year. We were kind of beating around the bush a little bit with each other this year. Hopefully we can make a serious connection. It's gonna involve Rob very heavily, and I'm just gonna say that right here off the jump, because he's gonna be our liaison person on the ground to help us make these connections. He's way more of I say this, and I don't say this just because he's older than us, but he is way more of a people person than us in terms of I don't think he's ever rarely met somebody that he couldn't get along with at the very minimum of a friendlier side of cordial with. Even the people that quote unquote don't like him are still on the friendlier side of cordial when it comes to how they act around him and how they act with him. So he's gonna be our guy. But
Special kind of person.
Hey man, he's a special kind of person for real. I mean, all the stories he done told us, you have to know he's a special type of person. But for real, thank you all, and we're gonna get into today's episode we are going to commemorate this episode with a shot. I don't think we started the first episode with a shot, but we are going to start this episode with a shot to the good times of the past year, to many more good times in the future, to many more great things that we're going to do. Up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. A drink, motherfucker, drink. Whoo! That went down hard. It
Nice.
did. It did. Ooh. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are actually going to start today's episode with something fun, something that I am appreciative that I get the chance to do this. First and foremost, before we even get into the episode, we are going to do what I said that we were going to do a long time ago. I don't know, to those of you that remember, I said on our 1 year anniversary episode, we were going to do a reveal. The studio audience would get revealed to the people in our 100th, or not 100th, but our 1 year anniversary. Ladies and gentlemen.
You just see a shadow.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited. Seriously. This reveal has been a long time coming. He has been huge support, both mentally, emotionally, and physically to this podcast. He's helped a lot in the background, just kind of helping make things happen for us and kind of helping us shape everything up. But ladies and gentlemen, the studio audience, it's time for the face reveal. Come on, let's Miss Kristal take her a little sip. Lord have mercy. Let's do this face reveal, y'all.
Are you creeping, bro?
Oh my
Ah,
lord. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I thought you were gonna like turn the camera a little bit. He was gonna sit in the frame with you. This man being creepy.
So,
There he is.
yeah.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, studio audience. Do you want to introduce yourself, or do you want to? How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? This is your
How do
reveal.
you want?
well, I like people to call me King James, but
Oh.
you can just call me. Wow.
That's
You
crazy.
started wrong, bro. You started wrong.
That's crazy.
Started wrong,
Ah,
bro.
My name
ah,
is James.
Yeah.
that was. Oh man, hey, how does it feel now? You finally, after a year of being just as much of a part of the podcast as us in terms of like having input and things to say. How does it feel now knowing that the people will forever now have a face to put with the name James and studio audience?
Exciting. So then I can put my face on a T-shirts. It said, "Whoop."
When we get merch, absolutely we're gonna make that a shirt. We're gonna make a shirt
Exactly.
with your face that's just gonna say absolutely. That is an idea we were absolutely doing.
There you go.
No.
There it is.
No.
But now that we have revealed studio audience, we're going to get into a throwback section that we haven't done in a while. And you don't have to turn the camera unless he just doesn't want to be on camera no more.
You see what you want to do?
I can be on camera. It's okay.
Woo!
Shut up. Don't bro me.
Okay, I'm here.
Lovely. But with that, we are going to get into our throwback section. It's Thursdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Throwback Thursdays. We're going to do a question of the week. Now, with it being an anniversary of ours, I decided to ask Reddit what, and this is specifically for the men of Reddit. We'll do one for the women of Reddit at another point. But men of Reddit, what do you want for an anniversary present? I mean, personally for me, give me a card, a kiss on the cheek, and like maybe, depending on how low it is, maybe like my favorite cologne. Which, granted, I can't even get some of my cologne that I like anymore because, and I'll throw my hands up and say it's because I'm not a very expensive taste type person. I liked the cologne from Rue 21. Like they had some good smelling colognes in my opinion.
They did.
So I had a couple of them. Funny enough, I actually had some that I was able to make stretch from when I used to work at Rue 21 back in like freaking 2018. 2018. Wow, 2018, 2019. I had some cologne that was able to stretch from way back when. I actually ran out of a special holiday brand, holiday exclusive kind that they had. I think it was holiday 2018, 2019 holiday. And it finally ran out on me in 23. I was so upset. Oh, I was so upset, Lord. It had become one of my favorites. And I wish I had bought more. I bought one because I was like, I'm going to try it just to see it. I ended up liking it. I should have bought more. But yeah, I'm just the type, give me something like that. Something that's going to make my day-to-day life a little bit better. And I'm Gucci. I don't really need no like super expensive. You ain't gotta buy me a new watch or a new coat or anything. Just something simple. What about you, studio audience?
I would be in the same boat, just something simple. It really comes down to just a thought, you know. As long as the thought's there, that's it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to our men that are watching and listening, um, let us know down in the comments what y'all's are as we go through this list of things from Reddit. First comment, which should tell you a lot about where the mindset of this group was. You guys really love head. First off, if the bar is that low that's the anniversary present, dog, some uncomfortable conversations need to be had about y'all's relationship. I say that knowing that every relationship is different, but if the bar is so low that you're just like, just give me some head on our anniversary, I'll be happy. Dog, do you not get head on a regular basis? Like, do you not like, Is it so special that getting it on your anniversary just covers the whole like day for you? That
I
just
know a couple men it is like that.
I
They be
know.
they be so geeked about it.
I know. I know. And that, you know, that makes me a little sad knowing that there are some guys that are like counting down the days to like their birthday, their anniversary, Christmas, because they know that those are like and
Mate.
Valentine's Day, because they know those are like the days that they will for sure get. And I'm like, dog, please, for me, for all the other men out here that don't suffer, please find someone that doesn't make you wait those days, because that's sad. That's sad. It is. Ah, man. Going on to the next one. Anything on my Amazon wish list. Failing that, anything edible works. My significant other could get me nothing but giant popcorn tins for every single holiday for the rest of our lives, and I'd be pretty happy with that. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a person. I'm not a big Amazon wish list guy, but something edible, 100%. I agree. Like if Bay wanted to get me a 20-piece all drum wing set like for my birthday, dog, that's it. All drums,
All
20 wings,
drums.
huh?
They're all drums.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
Drum supremacy, dog. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's different.
Somebody gonna argue that with me. I know they are.
Yeah, it is.
Drum supremacy all the way.
Mm, controversial.
Drums are the best. People try to be like, wings are the best. Can you scoop? First off, there's two bones, there's less meat. I don't like that. Secondly, there's objectively more meat on a drum than there is on a wing. Thirdly, I don't like having to struggle to get the meat off the flats. That's too much. I'm not trying. Wings are not supposed to be a challenging thing to eat. Okay. And I feel like with flats, you're having to challenge yourself to like, and even if you do the little like twisty thing, pull out one of the bones, you're still struggling because you're trying to like twist the bone so that way you can pull it out. It's just too much. It's doing too much, and I don't like it.
Because that's one of the reasons why you don't like bone
Yeah, that's another
boning.
reason I don't like bone-in chicken. It's too much work.
But bone
I
is
can't-
But
it's
see,
awesome.
The only time I want to work for my food is if I'm eating like a seafood boil. That's the only time I want to work for my food.
no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Did you not just say
Yes.
that? Oh, that's
At
tragic,
that point, it's not even work. It's a
man.
reward.
Same thing with the. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into that with you. I'm not. I'm not getting into that with you.
No.
I'm not gonna do it. Okay, this next one. My wife and I stopped buying gifts for our anniversary about 5 years ago. Best decision we ever made. We could both stress over what to get each other. Now we just go out and rent a cabin for the weekend, get some wine and KFC, and just relax. Truthfully, I feel that like the idea of just having like a weekend getaway for the anniversary, I would be okay with that. Like if my wife came to me and was like, "Hey, so how about this year instead of us buying each other gifts, let's just go away for the weekend. Let's go to the beach or let's go to the mountains or something." Which, arguably, I know that's not going to happen because bugs. But you know,
The mountains is nice.
they are. They can be, especially if you find one of those ones with like the cabin, like the nice cabin that overlooks the mountain. Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Oh, those are so nice.
I know.
Especially you wake up and there may or may not be like a bear in the distance.
Look, heavy
Or
on the
a
in the
deer.
distance because if it's at the window, we got problems.
I mean, that's part of the fun of a cabin, though.
What do you mean that's part of the fun? If I wake up and I see it at the window looking at me talking about something, hey, y'all got any honey in there? Y'all got any honey?
Again, it's part of the fun.
Nah,
It's
dog.
part of the risk you take when you stay in the mountains.
Absolutely not,
You
dog.
might see a bear.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Not like that. Listen, I'd fight a bear for my wife, but at the same time, I don't want to run the risk of having to encounter the bear in the first place.
It's just trying to say hi.
Lord. Okay. This next one, I feel this one on a level. Flowers and to be told I'm beautiful for once, and you laugh, but like genuinely, though, is that kind of like oh my god, just to be told like, hey, you look nice, or like you're awesome, or like you're a really handsome man, like that, dog. I can't tell
Mm.
you how many times I've been like complimented by a random person and it just carried me through the rest of the day. Like someone would just be like, "Oh my gosh, I love your outfit." And I'd be like, "Really? Thank you. You don't know how much that means to me." And it's just chef's kiss. So 100% I agree with this dude like give me some flowers, tell me
Mental
I'm
against
beautiful.
caution.
So what?
Um, yeah, that's what I thought.
Dang. Dang. Mm-mm-mm.
Why are you shaking your head? I've gotten you flowers. Okay then. So why are you looking at me like that?
But I can look at you.
It's not like that.
That's crazy.
I stop.
Ha! Alright, I think we're gonna round it out on this one just because it's kind of funny to me. The Lego Saturn V Apollo set. And then he topped it off by saying, my birthday is 1 month before our anniversary. Or 1 month. Yeah, no, the anniversary is 1 month before the birthday. I'm sorry. So, I ain't gonna lie. It it happened it has happened very rarely that I have something specific like that I want, because typically I'm a very like, oh, just whatever you think I'd like, I'll be happy with it. It's been, I want to say there was maybe once or twice that I've been very specific when Bay has been like, oh, what do you want for our anniversary, like what's our anniversary gift, or like what do you want for your birthday, and I'd be like specific and hone in and be like, I want this specific thing. Other than that, I'd be chilling. So
Fair enough.
good anniversaries, honestly. Good anniversaries. Good things. If you okay, here we go. We're gonna round it this way, Kristal. If I were to have gotten you something for our 1 year anniversary of the podcast, what would you have wanted it to have been?
I don't even know.
Okay
I'm not a big gifts person. I'm not a big gifts person. I'm more of a sentimental, you know.
then, that's still something.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm sentimental. You're just like a, hey, bro, it made it to a year. Look at us. Like, hey,
High five.
thank
Bow.
you. Like, we'll take it.
Right. Eh, I'll figure something out. We'll do something for a year of the podcast. Something. We'll figure something out.
We'll
Hopefully.
figure it out.
Maybe
I don't
go
know.
out to a nice food spot.
Maybe we'll hang out again.
Maybe we'll go. Maybe we'll try to see about going to a Korean hot pot. See about that.
Oh,
See like a
yeah.
Korean hot pot or Korean barbecue, something like that.
I know a place that does both.
I Yep.
All you can eat.
Ooh, and it's all you can eat. Love that. Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, as happy as I am this week ain't the happiest. I don't know if y'all heard, Pope Francis passed away.
Yeah. Poor Pope.
Dog, you know what I
Pope.
find? You know what's crazy? My wife Gabby and I were talking, and one, he got voted into popedom back in 2013. Like the man hadn't even been, like he had only been pope for 12. Like it had only been 12 years since he had gotten elected to be the new pope, and then he passed away.
And I
Two,
mean, I don't know if it's a long time or a short time to be the Pope.
I feel like that's a short time because like,
I don't know popes.
granted, don't get me wrong, like he was 88, so like he was up there. But something else that I find wild and crazy, according to the reports, the man died 4 hours after he met our vice president.
Oh,
Now, don't get me wrong. I've
Especially,
I've done my best to steer clear of religion and politics on this podcast, but I feel like that is the highest of bad omens to ever happen. Because what do you mean I met the Pope and then 4 hours later the Pope is dead? Huh?
apparently, that's not the first time that's happened.
What you
Ah.
mean?
The vice president, he's met another person, and that person died too. I
Oh my
forgot who
lord.
it was, but it's happened before.
What, with the vice president?
Yeah,
Oh my lord. I feel like that's a
listen,
bad omen. I feel like people need to take that as such. Like, dog, that's kind of, to be
I
honest,
wish I could save it.
to be honest, we need to figure out if this man got a death note or something. Because what do you mean? This is not the first time that he's met somebody and then they died shortly after. Like,
But I really want to say this. I want to say this isn't the first time. He's met someone else, and that person died before. I saw it on Twitter.
uh,
Was that other person elderly as well?
I don't remember, man. I don't remember.
Very suspicious.
It is suspicious.
uh, let's see. That's just wild, dog. Like, that is such a, like, again, that is a bad omen. Truthfully, I would just go into if it were me, I'd go into hiding.
Honestly,
I would go all the way into hiding. You would never see me again. You would never even hear from me again. Like, hmm,
man, I wish
hmm.
I could find who. I wish I could figure out who he met.
Uh, you can find it later. It's okay.
I just, what would y'all do if y'all met? Let's say y'all met like a leader, a world leader, and then a couple hours later, the man just.
I would try to meet someone else and see if it happens again.
That's crazy. That
Like,
I'm not.
I just be like, is it me? Is it me?
I feel like even if it doesn't happen again, you have to say it was you for the first one, you know? Because it's just like, dang, somebody really died after meeting me? Was I that bad? Did my breath stink that much? Do I have
Apparently,
BO? Ah! It's a mess,
Maybe
man.
I started making a death note myself. Shoot.
that part.
Uh, Dog. I would lose it. I would 100%. I would lose it. Hey, man. I will say, um, moving on to a new section, a new subject, something I have learned about life behind bars is one, don't ever suspect that just because they behind bars that they can't get the stuff that you get out here in the free world. And I say that after having been told by several people that are incarcerated. Yeah, man, people be in here doing drugs and they be having all kind of like tobacco and da 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 da, and they got ecstasy and this and that. And I'm just like, what do you mean they got ecstasy? They're like, dog, they be junkies. There are junkies in here, been in here 5+ years, and they still get their fix. And I'm like, how? And they're like, anything you can get in the free world, you can get here. And I'm like, dog, what do you mean? What do you mean?
They got ways, man. I got ways.
They do.
And that's something I've come to realize because, like, I never thought that that's how it was. Bro, seeing an inmate off they behind on some kind of substance being carted away by corrections officers is a very sobering like picture in your mind to be like you
Okay.
like you see it, and then one of the other inmates be like, "Yeah, he's off his stuff, man. He be getting high like that all the time in the dorm." And it's like, what you mean,
I mean, he ain't got shit else to do.
dog? It is just is it's one of those things that like it really makes you appreciate your own life because you're just like, all right, then. I will
Right.
I will also say this now, as somebody now that has seen what it is on the inside. I be making jokes that I would go to prison and I go to jail and all of that. I'm not going to jail for nobody. Shit, no. There will never be another hypothetical of, oh, if you had to do 10 years of prison, but X, Y, and Z. I'm not doing it. I don't care. No. 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 Absolutely not. People be in there pressing you for no reason. People be getting mad at you for no reason. You can just breathe too loud. They be like, shut the fuck up. I'm about to go. Like, nah, dog. You got it. You got it. Because I'm not about to go in there. Bro, hearing stories about guys making weapons and they just walk around with it be yay long like a machete, just walking around with it. I'm just like, dog, I'm not surviving that. I'm not surviving. No. Like, they would smell the fear off of me first day and be like, oh, yeah, on his ass. And that's it for me, dog. That's it for me. Because the thing is, even though I am a fearful person, I am also a fighter. I'm not the flight. I am not the flight in fight or flight. I am the fight. So, dog, I'm going to end up getting more time put on me for putting hands on folk because everybody try to press me.
They got that one, Chief.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. I'm trying to tell you. I will say though, it do be kind of funny watching some of them crash out. It do be a little funny, just a little bit. Just
I was laughing.
Dog. I don't even be laughing for real. Like I don't laugh until I'm away from the situation, and then I'm just like, dog, that was kind of funny though. I'm not gonna lie, cause it just happens so random and so fast. You just be there, and all of a sudden you start hearing yelling, and you look, and somebody's just going off, and I'm just like, dog, why are you upset? What happened? What's going on? What happened? What happened, dog? Please help. What did you do? What happened? What's going on?
No.
Did somebody move your honey bun? What's going on?
Listen, you move my honey bun, I'm crashing out too.
Dog. It is all kinds of crazy, man.
That episode we watched was that Hitman.
Oh, right. We were watching this show called Killer Speaks, and there was this guy in jail, self-proclaimed hitman. He said he lit a guy on fire in jail.
Yeah.
He said the guy was talking shit from like a completely different cell. He threw one thing, he threw another thing, and he lit the guy on fire without ever leaving his cell.
That sounds about right.
I said, the hell?
Dog,
You get half of that shit from.
I got told a story about how they at one point were smoking, and this was back when prisons allowed for smoking in the prison, and they had like a designated like smoking area. It was cages that you like go sit in the cages and you would smoke. Dog, they ended up having to shut that section down early because what they would do is they would break out of their dorm and they would use the cage and like the bars in the cage to make grills, and they would just be grilling at that section. And they had to shut that section down. I was like, dog, what do you mean? They were like, yeah, man, anything that you could think of, like if they could figure out how to do it, they're gonna do it. I was like, dog, what?
They having cookouts in prison.
Yo, bro, I'm talking. They have a whole cookouts in prison. I'm like, how did y'all manage? And it's really one of those things of the inmates run the asylum. They just allow you to have control. Like it's really one of those types of situations, really.
Mm.
It as much as you think it's not, it really is. Because they don't ever, like, of course, I'm sure they think about it like, hey, if things were to flip sideways, but at the end of the day, they also got to think about, hey, man, I want to get out of here one day. So
Some of them,
some of you,
some of them might got life. They don't care.
dog, dog.
Some might
I ain't
chill
gonna
on
lie
death
though.
row. They never know.
I ain't gonna lie though. Lifers are some of the funniest yet. Like, you meet them and you're just like, you're a lifer, and they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna be in here for the rest of my days, and you kind of sit there and you're like, what did you like? Don't want to know what they did, but at the same time, in the back of your mind, you can't help but wonder like, what did you do to get you in here for the rest of your life? Like, and I'm talking these be like 60, 70-year-old people, and you're just like, how?
I
How?
would want to know.
I promise you don't. I promise
I
you
do.
don't. Could you
Promise I
find
do.
out? Could you find out? And then you start looking at them sideways, and you be like, I don't think I can trust you anymore. Like,
I mean, they're in there for life. We're chilling here, bro.
that is a horrible outlook to think, honestly.
Listen, I always said if I could go back in time, change change like what I majored in, I would want to major in some whatever branch of psychology lets me interview and pick the brains of like criminals.
Criminal psychology, then, it sounds like.
Probably I don't know.
Either that or like
Okay.
criminal justice, and then take like a pathway into psychology.
Wouldn't that be criminology?
Or forensic psychologist.
I think yes. I think all of the above. I think they all fall under that specific like what you're trying to do. Don't get me wrong.
Like I'm gonna be the counselor in jail. Like, all right, man, why are you here? So, I unalived my neighbor. Why? Their lights were super bright. That's crazy. You got a problem with lights? Like, I want to know what made you snap, my guy,
No, no,
and what led you here on this path.
no, no.
Let's
Come
talk about it.
on.
Well, the guy like, bruh, me and this other, when I was born, this other baby kept crying. So
Okay,
when I woke,
Broly. All right, Broly. Okay, we're not. All right,
uh,
Broly. Stop it. Just stop
And
it.
if you hold a grudge for that long when you're a baby, when you grow up, you were that baby crying in the daycare. I'm gonna fuck you. Like,
or speaking of grudges, that hitman that wanted to kill the
I'm
football
telling
player.
you, he would have got his ass.
Wait,
If he,
what?
the same hitman I was talking about a little few minutes ago about the set of Selman on fire. The reason he was in jail is because he was hired by an NFL player
Oh my lord.
to kill an NFL player's baby mama. Yeah, and he did it. You know, it took the girl a while to die because she had went in a coma and shit. But eventually she died.
That's crazy.
But the dude never got paid. So the football player, he got like 18 to 24 years. The hitman ended up getting like 50 years.
That's
And he
crazy.
said he wasn't done. He said he said he was not done. He said if he see him again, it's over.
Ah.
And we said if that man gets out of jail, he is hunting that football player down.
And the
And he
thing
will not rest until he does.
and the thing is he's good. Listen, he probably gonna do all 50 of them years. The thing is
Oh,
Because the thing is, if he ever became eligible for parole, they're just gonna pull up that interview and be like, "Dog, you said that if you ever saw him, you were gonna get him. You're not getting out."
but that's the thing. I wanted him to get out justice. But unfortunately, the hitman, he passed away in prison.
Mm,
So he couldn't get out and go hunt him down.
good.
No.
That
He
reminds
wanted
me
revenge.
of
And
that.
you know what? With that one, I can't be mad at you. He was supposed to pay that man $44,000.
He
And he
said
didn't give him a cent.
he said it reminded you of that Boondocks character.
Oh yeah, it reminded me of Stink Wiener. Because I said, yeah, that man, the hitman is like dead now. He's coming back as a ghost. And he's gonna get his lick back.
Listen, all I know is if somebody random ever attacks that NFL player, it's probably the ghost of that man taking over somebody's
See?
body.
Yes. And honestly, yeah, I think that'd be hilarious.
That's not hilarious at all.
It is, because you got what you deserve. Why would you pay him to kill your baby mama? Then when he did it, you didn't pay him. Because
So,
the hitman was like, hey man, um, I did my part. Where's my money? Dude tried to run. Dude tried to run off on him.
that's
So he
crazy.
pulled up to his house, and the police was at his house. The police
Dang.
was waiting at his house. That's how he
Dang.
got caught. He said, "Damn, if only I would have been a little more patient." Yeah.
So,
So if the dude was
did he
trying to get his money,
did he snitch on the NFL player or did the police
oh hell
just
yeah,
already know?
he snitched. Well, no, it was the driver. He snitched on both of them. He snitched on the hitman and on the NFL player because it was fucked up. Because the NFL player and the baby mama were out on like a date night, but they was in two separate cars.
Mm.
They went on a back road. The football player was in front of her. He slammed on brakes, so she stopped. The NFL player with the hitman was behind him. He pulled up beside the baby mama, shot through the car. Both of them sped off. The NFL player and the hitman sped off.
That's crazy.
But
Dog,
thankfully,
look.
the baby survived.
Right, the baby survived.
Well, that's good.
The baby mama did not.
Dog. Dog. I know the driver was like, I'm not going down for none of this.
Oh no, he went down too.
That's crazy.
He caught time. He caught some time too.
Dog, I'd have took a plea deal or something because what you mean? I'm just the driver,
He
dog.
did take he took a plea deal and still caught time.
Whoo. Dog, that's
But I'm telling you about that hitman. I'd have been so mad.
I mean, also, what year was this? Because 44,000, I don't feel like that's enough to.
This was in '99. I think it was I think it was '99.
Let's see.
Mm,
I want to see how much that is. Let's see. In today's time, that
yeah,
would
it was.
be $84,460.72. I still don't feel like that's enough.
That's still one enough.
Like, if we're not cracking a million, that's not even a conversation worth having, truthfully. Because that tells me he didn't want her dead that badly. That tells me he did not want her dead that badly. Because what do you mean that you didn't even crack 100,000, dog? Even by today's time.
Originally, he just wanted her to have an abortion, but she said no. So they're like, "All right, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna get you killed instead." But then in the end, it's what he get because he still ended up with the baby. The baby still lived either way.
True. But imagine being that baby, though. Oh my God. Having
Yeah,
to.
the baby has cerebral. Well, he's grown now, but
Right.
he has cerebral palsy.
Oh,
He's like 25, and he's met his father at one time.
that's crazy. But imagine, though,
Right.
being that kid to be like, yeah, my dad was former NFL player. He got my mom
Like,
killed.
that.
So what?
He was an NFL player for the Carolina Panthers.
That's crazy. Hold on, I'm about to look this man up because
His name is Ray Caruth.
wow, the fact that you
But we just watched the episode last night. And it was still in my Google history.
Ray Caruth. That is crazy.
Yeah. He's like 50. He's like in his 50s now.
He is, as of today, 51 years old. He was
Yeah.
born apparently as Ray Lamar Wiggins.
He's so for real.
Oh, but apparently he has been released.
Yeah, he got out in like 2018.
Ah.
He only had like 18 years, 18 to 24 years.
Yep, 18 years and 11 months to 24 years and 4 months.
Yep.
Hmm.
He got out.
Wow, that's... He has 2 kids.
Ooh. That's scumbag.
Got 2.
That's scumbag.
Test.
Well, one of them is the baby, but he's not a baby anymore.
Interesting how he didn't want a baby the first time, but second time, like, no.
But that's the thing. If he got out, I mean, he had another baby in like his 30s.
He might have had it with when he was having an affair with.
Oh, right. He could have been an affair baby. Right.
That's crazy. With a year old.
R.I.P. my nigga Van Brett.
But I'm sure some of the inmates where you work have crazier stories.
Ooh, probably.
Dog, we will get to those off camera because
Oh yeah.
Man.
Mm.
Ah.
Criminals is crazy nowadays.
They've always been.
Who you telling? But yeah, this prison life is crazy. I think I appreciate truthfully that there are like so many documentaries and like shows about prison life, so that way people can actually see like, no, they're not playing up the dramatics for the camera. Like it's really like that, dog.
Yeah.
Like people just setting random fires, things happening. Like yes, that is a real thing that happens. Like people just be randomly fighting out on the yard. Yes, that actually happened. People making weapons out of like random things. Yes, that actually happened. People setting hits out on other people. Yes, that actually happened. Dog. People be getting kicked out of their dorms and have to go find somewhere else to stay.
You might scream. You done kicked me out of my cell in prison.
Bro, kicked out of the cell, kicked out of the building. Like, it's that kind of crazy. Like, people be getting kicked out. Like, they be telling them, like, hey, you gotta find somewhere else to go.
Like
just homeless in prison is wild.
You go for lunch, you're like, man, I'm hungry. Then you go back, you gotta go somewhere else. You're like, bruh.
Granted, I will say something that I've learned. They don't just kick you out for no reason. Like, you've done something. Like, whoever the, like, dorm leader is, you had to have done something to them or to somebody that they care about to get kicked out. Like you're not just gonna get kicked out just to be kicked out. Like you did something to someone, and now they want you gone, or you're gonna get hurt.
Yep.
I know, right? It's a wild situation.
You gotta watch with.
It's a wild situation all the way around. I just feel I can't even say I feel some type of way anymore because even though I've only been there a short time, like I'm just like, dog. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
stories for a long time.
Listen, I'd be like, just don't bring it in here around me. We're good. Because at the end of the day, and that's something I've learned too. They can take that stuff as much as they want. If they really want it, they're gonna find a way to get it back.
Yeah.
So that's why I just be like, hey, don't bring none of that mess in here. Nope. Don't bring none of that in here. But
keep it outside.
Keep it out there. Keep it out there, away from in here. Because if you bring it in here, you getting out. You gotta go. I'm not having that in here. But we're gonna move on from that. I feel like I don't think I've said anything that I shouldn't have said, but we're gonna move on anyway. We're going to get to truthfully, we're gonna get to our last section. We're gonna get to our last section of today's episode. We're gonna do one for the road, and what that one is
Am I the asshole who's fed by Kristal?
Lovely, lovely, lovely as always. Miss Kristal, please regale us with our 1 year anniversary. Am I the asshole?
Let's get something good here, bro.
You said you
Get
always
something.
keep like three in the chamber. Come on now, don't hold out on
I do.
us.
I do keep three in the chamber. And find one that was that's good, you know. Sure, we'll go with this one. A little short, but I think it can a little mini perspective, I guess. Am I the asshole? I told my boyfriend I was disappointed in him that he left me alone, really sick to go to a party when I wanted him to stay home.
Ooh, I'm gonna immediately say not the asshole because what do you mean your boyfriend left while you were sick to go? Especially if you didn't say that you were okay with them going to the party. Yeah, nah, yeah, they're the asshole, dog. 100%, they are the asshole.
He should have stayed behind to take care of him.
100% should have stayed behind.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
I 50, not 50. I female 32 and feeling awful about this recently, but my friends have told me I have every right to feel as upset as I do. So I'm coming here to have some neutral opinions. I was recently really sick. I'm talking explosive diarrhea, missed the toilet sick. Then I was throwing up and feeling incredibly embarrassed about missing the toilet. So I had gone to bed, hoping it would pass before the party we had that night. I wasn't and asked my boyfriend, 35, if he could please stay home with me because I felt so sick. To my surprise, he got annoyed that I asked the question, "You seem like you're feeling better. Why do you need me here?" When I told him it was more of a comfort thing because of how I was feeling, it felt like he was dismissive of my feelings. He offered to compromise and stay for an hour and a half and then go. I told him I didn't like that offer because I didn't like feeling my emotions as a compromise. Anyway, he left, and then the next morning I told him that I was disappointed in him that he left, and I wouldn't have done that to him. He said that he should be able to do things he wanted, and he offered to stay with me for a little bit, but that wasn't good enough for me. So now I feel awful for speaking to him like that, and I wonder if he actually cares about me. Edit for info. Keep in mind, I don't think I'm a good person here. I cleaned up after myself, and when it was around the time to leave, I was just feeling nauseous. I was pretty sure I had food poisoning due to how sudden it was.
So, first thing I noticed, it doesn't sound like he might be the nurturing type.
He might not be.
I
I
can
mean,
definitely see that
he
he's
did
not.
stay for an hour and a half to help. He did stay somewhat, so he's got somewhat of a nurture.
Eh,
But if he was a if it came naturally to them, that wouldn't even be a question. Like he would just do it.
right,
It
and
wouldn't.
that's the part where I'm having issues because it's just like if he was a nurturer, or even God forbid if he actually cared,
Yeah.
like he wouldn't have done that. Like he would have just stayed anyway. Like I will admit, and this is something I've learned. I think that's why I'm definitely saying that she's not the asshole, is because it's one of those situations of it's twofold. But the first part of it is like if he wanted to, he would. But at the same time, I feel like he should have communicated because she openly communicated like, "Hey, I want you to stay here for me just for comfort because it would just make me feel better." And she openly communicated that. She clearly communicated that, and he could have done a better job of communicating like, "Hey, I'm just not feeling it. I don't necessarily want to stay here with you because that's I don't want to do because if I'm just gonna sit here, like all I'm gonna be doing is sitting here watching you be sick. Like I'd rather go out, but at the same time, it's still one of those like if he really wanted to, he would have. Like if he really cared, and I feel like now following that situation, they need to have a conversation of like, hey, it really hurt me that you wouldn't stay for me because it feels like there's a lack of care in how our relationship. It feels like there's a lack of care. Like you don't really care about how I feel or how I'm feeling if I need you. You know?
Right. And to add on to that, let's say he went out, he could have offered to get her something, help her.
I mean, she didn't say if he did or didn't.
But
Yeah.
still,
I agree. I agree with Justin. He could have done more if he could have been more considerate. Um, but like, yeah, if he wanted to, he would have.
Interesting.
hey man,
Very interesting.
What's everybody saying?
The comments are split.
Really?
really?
Comments are split. Some are saying not the asshole, some are saying the asshole.
Okay, well, what are some of the ones that are saying assholes saying?
Let's see what I got here. Someone said, what was he supposed to do?
It's a
You
support
know,
thing. It's literally a support thing, dog.
But the thing, if she was as sick as she says she is, at that point, you're probably contagious. I don't
Which,
want, why would you want him around if you're contagious?
but even still, the fact that he was around her already by that point, then he was already probably infected. If it was something that could be spread like that, so then now he's just going to a party full of folks. He gonna infect whoever else.
You are also saying that you are also, more people are a little upset because she didn't accept the compromise.
Mm,
He said, hey, I'll stay with you for a little bit, but she could. He said he wanted to go, he acknowledged he did want to go to the party. They had already said they were going to the party.
yeah.
He still wanted to go, even if it's just for a little bit. He still wanted to go to the party. She just wanted him to stay at the house, like you said, and watch her be sick.
I mean, he
But then
doesn't.
again, again, she also mentioned
Mhm.
by the time he was getting ready to leave, she was just nauseous. Like the explosive diarrhea is gone. At that point, she was just nauseous. And nausea is something that's something, you just gotta ride that shit out. Eat you some crackers, ride it out. But then
Maybe.
again, she's 32. She's
Mm.
32. Sit down.
But it's still, it's one of those comfort things of like knowing, like, especially with her being 32, and I say this as somebody who currently I'm 28, I'm married. I could only imagine being 32. You're dating somebody, you're not married yet. You're just dating them, and like thinking like, dog, we grown. Like, I understand you have wants and needs, and you do stuff that you want to do. You're grown. Nobody can tell you what to do, but it's like, can you at least, if you're supposed to be my person, can you at least like show me that much courtesy? Because I'll say it, college me probably would have done the same thing. But as I am now, dog, I'm staying. Bro, my wife could just be like, hey, my stomach hurt. Hey, whatever I had planned for the day, shut it down.
I'd add that it might be an issue of love language,
Mm.
You know?
like physical touch, quality time, or just quality time. He may be more so um, of acts of service or something like that.
True.
So maybe to him, spending an hour with her would be an act of service. For her, she's like, eh. that's not enough for me. I want
Like you need to be here with me the entire time.
right.
And that goes back into the whole thing of what I was saying of like they need to have a conversation post now that everything has passed. They need to have a sit down conversation to be like, listen, what can we both do differently so that way we don't run into this situation again. Just my 2 cents.
What's your 2 cents?
Personally, when I'm sick, I don't want nobody around me. Leave me alone. Bring me some crackers, some ginger ale, then leave me alone to be sick in my own little sick bubble.
I don't necessarily want you like gone
Find
gone.
something to do.
Like I agree with you to an extent. I will say I agree with you to an extent. I do want like, hey man, I don't feel well. Just leave me be over here while I'm not feeling well. But it makes me feel better knowing that you're at least in the house with me, or you're like in the general vicinity of me, to where if I'm not feeling well and I turn over and be like, I feel sick, you can at least respond and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I hope I don't know what I can do for you. Is there anything? Do you need anything? Like that, at least it makes me feel better. I ain't even gonna lie. Back when I had COVID, were it not for the fact that I wasn't trying to expose my wife to it, I 100% would have had everything. I would have done everything myself. But she, thankfully, she took care of me. She, like, if I needed like fluids and stuff like that, she would get it for me. But as a whole, dog, she done mansion, and it made me feel better knowing that like once she got off work, she would like come home and be like, "You good? You need anything? All right, well, I'm gonna be chilling over here." And I just would be holed up in my office till it was time to go to bed, and then I would crawl over to the bedroom and get into bed and go to bed. She'd be in the guest room, which arguably I still believe that she should have took the master bedroom. I would have taken the guest room, but she wasn't having it. She was like, "Nah, it's cool. I'm already here." And I was like, "No, I feel bad." And she was like, "It's fine. It's fine."
I'm just wondering what it looks like in other instances. Did this happen before where she became ill and he just kind of dipped? Or like,
We may never know.
You know, that is a good, genuine. That is a good question. I would like to know what happened. Like if that even
Well,
has happened before, you know.
all right, this might be a first time occurrence.
mm,
Either way, I think it's an opportunity to sit down and have the conversation. Like, hey, when one of us is sick, what do you want?
Right.
you know,
At that point, they're like, hey, bro, if you sick, I don't want to be around you. I'm just gonna be honest. Some people are germaphobes. Like, hey, if you're sick, I'm leaving.
so,
Like, I'll leave you some crackers and stuff, ginger ale, some toast, and then I'm gone. Call
Yep.
me when you feel better. So that's a mission that can be had.
Hell, I did that to my brother when their whole family got sick. It was my brother, my sister-in-law, and at the time my 2 nephews. They was all sick, and literally my mom sent me some money and was like, "Hey, go to the store, hey, get them some stuff, get them some soup, some crackers, and some ginger ale and some Powerade." I took that shit. I left it at the door. I sent him a picture and said, "Hey, there y'all go. Hope y'all start feeling better soon." I hit send as I was driving away, dog. I ain't even wait. I ain't even wait for them to get out to get to the port to get it. I drove out,
Man,
dog. I just left. I took the picture like I was a DoorDash driver. Oh,
you were.
I did the picture like I was a DoorDash driver. Then,
You were.
and I said, "Hey, I left some stuff on the front porch for your mom. Told me to get it for you. Hope y'all start feeling better soon. Bye, love you. Let me know if you need anything else." And I dipped. I was like, "Nah, y'all ain't catching me. I'm not getting caught." Which is another reason why I get so pissed off when I think about the fact that I managed to survive 4 years without getting COVID. And then I caught it because I wanted to go to a wrestling show. Dog, I was so mad. I was so mad because I knew that's where I got it from, because that was the only public place I had been to where everybody in my general vicinity, one, wasn't vaccinated. Two, I didn't know if they were vaccinated. Three, I didn't know if they were sick. So I could have gotten it from anybody in that bitch. I was mad at the motherfucker. Ooh. Granted,
Yeah.
granted, Gabby thinks
Yeah.
that I did catch it fall of 2020 because I got like horrendously sick for like 3 days, 4 days. But when I went to the doctor, they swabbed me for flu, COVID, pneumonia, everything, and they were like, you don't come back with anything. But like I was dog sick, dog. Like I had no body strength. Like I couldn't get out of my bed. Like it was hard for like 4 or 5 days, 3, 4, 5 days. And she thinks I had it then. I just had like a variant of it before they figured out the variant.
That's a possibility.
Man.
Mm.
That's why. Look, that's why I be getting up on my vaccines. I be look as soon as they say, "Oh, the new flu shot is available." Go ahead, stick me, dog. Stick me, stick me, Chuckles.
I'm so terrible about getting vaccines and my shots. I'm so bad about that.
Ma'am. And you know what? I can't even say nothing because I'm not one of those people that's gonna go the first day that they're available. I'm gonna give it a couple weeks, and that's really because like I'll pass by a Walgreens and be like, "Dang, I really need to go get my shot," and then I'll pass by a CVS and be like, "Dang, I really need to get my shot." And I'll pass by a Walmart and be like, "Dang, I really need to get my shot." And then finally, I'll just wake up one day and be like, "All right, I'm going to get my shot, dog," and go get my shot, come back, take me a nap, and be like, "All right, we're good."
Yeah, I'm going to give me a whole bunch of shots next month. I already got.
Ooh,
I'm overdue. Overdue for these shots. I said,
speaking of, I need to figure
don't
out.
line me up for them.
Speaking
Don't
of,
line me up.
I need to figure out when my next appointment is because I have a doctor's appointment coming up. It's coming up in a few months, in like 2 months, I think, but I have no idea when it is. Let's see, my next appointment.
Get your physicals, people.
Hey, look. Oh no, it's on a Tuesday. Oh no.
Well,
Oh no, it's on a Tuesday. Oh no. It's on a Tuesday. That's well, I could still go to work that day. Just do a half day. Now that I think about
yeah.
it, I can just do a half day because the appointment is at like 1 o'clock. So I could go and then just leave and do a half day because I would have
Yeah.
to drive from work all the way back home. So
It's too much work.
I made the mistake. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I made the mistake of I waited or not I waited. I got a job an hour away from where I live. And I just
Yeah.
the money is good, but like dog, I gotta get up earlier so I can drive and
Still it is.
it's a fight. It is a fight every morning. Even with it getting bright earlier now, I still be in that bit just like, all right, I got it. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, throw a little wicked to make up. Table. I be in there shaking myself. I be like, you're good, bro. You're good. Just like struggling to keep myself awake.
Coffee or energy drink or something, man.
Once I get there, I'm fine. But like that drive over there, oh,
You're dead.
I'll be ready.
I know
Look,
it.
I'll be ready to just be like, you know what? Jesus, take the wheel. Just Jesus, take the wheel. Just let it go. Cause man, uh, but are we ready?
Crazy.
Are we ready to wrap things up?
You're
I still have so much to drink.
well.
Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. Because literally all of this is still in there.
And all that liquor right at the bottom.
You already know. Hold on. Thug it, thug it, thug it, thug it. I've been doing this. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. Let me see if I can get this burp out. I'll see if I can get this burp out, Lord. Oh, it's not coming out. Oh, it's not coming out. I ain't new to this. I'm true. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. Here's to a year. proof that I finished it all, Lord. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have enjoyed today's episode, please give us a like, a comment, a share, follow. Please let everybody know that you watched this episode, you listened to this episode, share it with your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your grandma, your granddad, your uncle, your auntie, your niece, your nephew, your friend, your cousin, your neighbor, your neighbor's dog, your neighbor's cat, your neighbor's rabbit, your neighbor's turtle, your neighbor's goldfish. I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can before that liquor hits. But with that being said, you can follow the podcast everywhere at Drunk Text Pod. We're going to get active. We are going to get more active with getting these reels and everything out. We will be getting that out. It's going to be down below. We're going to be getting a social media team within the next year. We will have a devoted social media team. They will have access to our social media. They will be able to post stuff for us. They'll be able to help us grow. But with that being said, Miss Kristal, please tell the people where they can find you on all the social medias.
You find me everywhere at Kristal, KRISTALDESHANE.
Love that so much. You can find me everywhere at _YoungJB, at _YUNGJAYBEE. Couple of things that aren't that, you can find them down below. You can follow my wrestling pages if you would, please. I would really be appreciative. At Jack Miles the One, JAKMYLES, THE1, or Jack Miles 1 on Instagram, or Sweeper Jack on TikTok. Those links will not be down below, but they'll be shared on my social media pages. It just happened. We made it to a year, dog. Truthfully, I'm so hyped about that. Like, really, truly, and honestly. Here's to a year. Here's to hopefully another year. Many years after that, hopefully we'll get to a point to where this will be our full-time job. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you all in the next episode. Please remember that you are loved. You are appreciated. And we are so happy that you joined us right here on this call. Please know we love you. We mean it. Bye-bye.
If you or a loved one is struggling with alcohol abuse, dial the National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline at 1-800-662-4357. The National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline provides information on alcohol and drug abuse, local treatment options, and support through hotline counselors who are there to help and speak with you about alcohol, drug, or family problems.